So today we'll be talking about what AI is and how you can put it to work for your organization. So first of all, think about what is AI. So AI has been around for a long time, and fundamentally it's the principle of a computer behaving in a way that a human would, and therefore being artificially intelligent. Things we used to that contain AI are things like Netflix recommendations, smart speakers like Alexa, or virtual assistants like Siri, and autonomous driving in cars. So these are things that we take for granted in day-to-day life, but they're all applications of AI that we use day in, day out. And now the recent hype and all the noise around AI is in a particular field called generative AI and natural language processing. And these two technologies combined give us a new way to interact with computers. So we can speak to them in human language and they'll understand what we're saying. And then understand the context and the question that we're asking. And the generative AI element is the ability for the technology to generate new content, whether that's tables or text or images or whatever it might be. So those two things put together can really fundamentally change how we interact with computers and the kind of responses that we get from our questions. So how can you make the most of these recent developments then? So for us, Infinity, we see two different types of AI. First of all, there's what we call productivity AI, and that's available to everyone, and it helps with things like content generation, whether that's social posts, proposals, pitch decks, whatever it might be, researching topics to find new information, answering specific questions. It could be around kind of legislation or terms and conditions, and the ability to summarize bodies of text as well and pick out kind of key points. Now, they're not really a USP available there, as everyone pretty much who's got a license has got access to those kinds of tools. So the way to use them to create a competitive advantage for your business is to create a workforce that embraces that technology and makes the most out of it, to increase efficiency and shorten processes and things like that. So really, it's the adoption piece that's going to get you ahead of the competition there. So getting there first, that first mover advantage. The other side of the coin, as we see it, is differential AI, and that's what we call it, and that's where we're using AI on proprietary data, so things that are unique to you, things that belong to you and only you know and only you have, and we can use that to create a competitive advantage and give you an edge. So every business now has a vast amount of data, and it's growing all the time, and then generating new data, whether that's through sales or operations or manufacturing, or it's going to be different depending on the industry, but all of this data can be monetized in a number of ways to give you a competitive edge. So whether you're using AI tools for trend detection or outcome prediction, or assessing customer behavior and buying patterns, or optimizing your supply chain, with the tools that are available in Microsoft Azure Cloud, there's a lot more advanced AI tools, and there's endless possibilities really of putting AI to work on your data that will differentiate you from the competition. So that data belongs to you, and no one else has it or understands it. So you can really use AI to power change and advancement there. So some of the scenarios that are available for AI are things like intelligent chatbots, and they could be for internal use. They could be answering HR questions or responding to tenders, that kind of thing, or for external use. So as a customer-facing bot for self-service, whether that's customer support or finance inquiries. And you can also do advanced data analysis to process much larger data volumes much more quickly than a human ever could. So you can take a large body of data and identify trends or detect sentiment or process documents much more quickly than a human can, or predict outcomes based on large, complex data sets. So all of those things can give you a competitive edge that no one else has available. And that, combined with the productivity AI tools that are out there, can then really give you an edge and accelerate your business. So how do you get there? The most successful organizations that we've seen and that we've worked with have created an environment where employees are free to experiment with AI. So building a business case, gathering high impact use cases from a diverse range of staff across the business. We see when these projects are constrained to IT-only initiatives, so they're kept kind of within technical teams, often opportunities for improvement across different departments can be missed. You want to get every department within the business and every individual within the business involved in that thought process. And they'll view processes in the business in a slightly different way as well, and we'll spot different use cases. So it's important that we include a diverse range of stakeholders in any initiative. And at Infinity, we created what we call an AI advocacy group that brought together cross-departmental teams to meet regularly and come up with ideas for how AI could improve things. To capture those, and some of them needed to be run as projects, which we piloted. So things are creating departmental specific chatbots, and we turned all of that data into a business case for launching AI-enabled initiatives. And we now offer the same service to our customers. So we'll help facilitate that working group, get the right people together, and foster that culture of curiosity and identify ways to improve processes across the entire business, whilst also building a quantifiable business case and tracking return on investment. And at the same time, working with IT teams to ensure that data quality and security is in place and that the infrastructure is ready and the change and adoption communication piece is up and running too. But fundamentally, the implementation of AI can't be seen as a one-off project. It's not something you start and implement and finish. It's a real culture shift. It's a new way of working with technology. It's a new way of interacting with a computer, and the technology is changing rapidly, opening up new use cases all the time. So really, to work out what AI can mean for you, you need a structured approach. So that ongoing innovation with the right support from someone like Infinity can really accelerate your business. So if you're interested in these kinds of services, give us a shout.